You guys, this week's segment is going to be called Getting Real or Get Real because I want to show you guys who I am completely natural. I don't have any makeup on. This is my naturally crazy curly hair. And I felt like I needed to share this with you guys, not to make this a sad video or even to get any sort of compliment, but I've just been told a lot that I'm just so pretty or that I've been traveling so much. It's so awesome. Your life must be so perfect and so great. And I just want you guys to know that I don't see that side of my life. I almost feel like that's a part of who I am, like whether I'm traveling, whether I'm doing makeup, but I don't see that as something that's great about me. I see it as something that's just part of my life and who I am. Well, with that being said, I also don't necessarily feel like I always have that confidence. Now, when I say this, I do my best to work really hard to make sure that I am 100% me and confident in who I am, but I fall short of that all the time. I am constantly doubting myself, thinking I'm not pretty enough, thinking I'm not thin enough, and although those are those stereotypical things that girls have to deal with on a daily basis, you just don't let that control you, because I don't ever let that take over my life and who I am. I can always do things about it. If I'm noticing that my skin isn't as clear, I may try a different type of face wash. Or if I feel like I'm overweight, then I'm going to take more steps to eat healthier and to work out more. But never will I ever put my health and compromise that just because I'm not having a good self-esteem at that time. I feel like not just me, but the models that are on Instagram and all these people out there that just pose these perfect lives, we only see those perfect side of their lives. People aren't going to post out there that, that they've made mistakes, but I've made plenty, and as though I don't post it out to be shared, I feel like it's important for you guys to know that, yeah, I have messed up. I've messed up with boys. I've messed up with friends. I've messed up with everything you could imagine. And sometimes that's really hard because you feel like you fall short of the glory of God and you think, why am I even trying to please Him? Because I just know I'm going to fail. And while it is true that we are sinners and we are always going to be sinners, it doesn't mean that God's grace isn't enough to fulfill us. Because God's grace is always enough to cover all the problems that we've caused and all the issues that we've made in our lives. So don't ever let anyone tell you anything different, because God is always worth it. Our imperfections are covered by His perfection. And that is something that nobody can take away from us. It is an incredible thing that we have on this earth. Now, we also have people like David that we think about are David and Goliath. He fought the giant, and he's great, and he's amazing. But we forget that David was also a terrible ruler to his people. And as great as David did, wow, try saying that 5 times fast, he didn't always lead a perfect life. And that's because there's nobody in the Bible except for one person that actually led a perfect life, and that was Jesus Christ. And so no matter who you're going through, you always look out for who it is you're talking about, because they have all messed up in some way. Moses did, David did, Noah did, and even though they are messing up, we know them as great people because of the things that they have done, and that even though that they caused problems and like we do on a certain everyday basis, they still honored God at the end of the day and tried to do what was best for His glory and His word. So I know that was just a little bit of a heavy subject, but I just wanted to get that out there so you guys know that I do not live some glamorous life where I'm doing things all the time. See, I even just caught my finger in my hair, and that was not supposed to happen, because not everything is perfect all the time. And I don't want anybody to think that I live in a perfect world and a perfect life and I live perfectly, because I definitely fall short of the glory of God, but I'm so thankful that He has the grace extended to us. So I hope you guys can take that to heart. If you have any questions or if you want to talk more about this personally, I am totally here for you. Just hit me up in the contact section of the blog, and I would love to chat. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great weekend and have a blessed week.